And welcome back to another episode in Season 3, beginning of us now in League 1 after winning the playoff final last episode against Salford City, in which we beat. Who do we beat in the. But it sees us go on top against Salford City, which sees us now in League 1 along the side with Barnley, Bradford, Bristol, Derby County, Forest Green, Morecambe, who won the League 2 last season, Wycombe, Stevenage, Shrewsbury, Sheffield Wednesday, Rotherham, Plymouth. We are obviously in League 1. We have had a transfer boost. We have 8 million to spend, and obviously we can only buy youth academy players, and I haven't really been buying them. If I bring them in, I'm bringing them in on a free. I went ahead and promoted every youth academy player bar one. Tommy Neal, actually I only had two. It was only Aaron West and Tommy Neal. Tommy Neal, I'm gonna let him grow in the youth academy just a little bit more. As far as our youth staff, we have sent, well, we haven't sent them out. I am getting ready to send them out, but we have now upgraded them mostly to 3-star, 2-star. I was trying to find 3-star, 3-star because we can obviously do that now, and then we can actually go into Europe. We don't have to stay. We don't have to stay in the whole whatever. We can go to. We don't have to stay in Northern Europe in like England. Now we can go to Central Europe, which means we can get some French players, which means we can get some German players in here that we can actually start scouting now. And looking at this team, Hoffman's obviously our main man. He's going to continue to grow. 5-star, 5-star, 19. An Englishman, our youth academy prospect, 73 overall. He is our club top goal scorer of all time at the moment with 52 goals in 102 games. Next up is Kirk Wright with 16 goals in 71 games. So it's a big gap from who's scoring our goals. Obviously, Hoffman has been our main man. Multiple 30 goal, 20, 25 goal plus seasons. Evans is our goalkeeper still. Looking at this team now, we are going to look to offload Fagan because he wants to leave. We want to offload Berg. We want to kind of thin down our squad a little bit more based off of the people that just got back from loan. Rowe can stay, honestly, as well as Collier. And maybe West because he is quite young. He's 18. To be fair, that's why we brought him in. Laird can definitely stay. He could be a good backup option. And he could honestly even be a good starter because he does have better shooting than Wright. So Wright will drop to the bench. Fagan for now will stay on the bench. But Rowe will probably end up taking his spot. In fact, Rowe will take his spot instantly. And Rowe can even battle McGovern for that starting 11 spot. Shooting, both of them pretty poor. Other than that, he's better physical. His weak foot isn't that good against Rowe. And McGovern is a little bit younger. Will be one to look out for. I want to improve on our defense. I don't think these two are that good of a center backs. Evans, I'm not too sure about Evans. I can't lie. And then I want to improve our midfield. I want to find midfielders that can actually pass the ball. And honestly, I think Petit could be a better center back than center defensive mid just because of how big he is. So I am going to transition him into a center back. It's going to take 33 weeks. It'll take him 10 weeks to turn to that. As far as board objectives, I already have them set up for this season. We want to reach the playoffs or get automatic promotion for us in this season. We want to get straight into a championship, back-to-back promotions. This team, honestly, looking at this team right now and the improvements that we are bound to make, it should happen, especially with Hoffman and Evans as goalkeeper. And talking about Evans, we want to have 10 clean sheets with Evans. And then we are going to introduce some of them from last season. Every position must score. User only. Keeper assist can. Well, the keeper can be an assist, and it can be AI generated. Last season, Evans actually had 6 assists as a goalkeeper, one of them actually being with me as well, so that's actually kind of insane. We want to have a player be top goal scorer of the league. It's going to end up being Hoffman, I'm sure of it, maybe even Laird if he can get some opportunity. We want to run this one back with manager of the month at least once. We didn't get it at all last season, but I think if we want to get back into a promotion race, into an automatic promotion race and even playoff race, I think it's bound to happen this season. And then we want to scout 3 players with a potential of 83 or better. Now, I do have mods on here so I can actually see the potential automatically. I don't like doing that, but I will do it for this season. I haven't done it. I'll do it for this season just to see if they are any good. And if, obviously, if we get a lot of these, like the 10 clean sheets, the manager of the month, if we get one pretty quickly, we'll up it. But other than that, we are just going to go in here and either sell some players, loan players out, and maybe even improve the squad through the transfer hub just a little bit more. Fagan has been transferred out. He's going to Michelin for $3.1 million, our biggest transfer deal yet, in our first deal over that million mark. He was a decent player for us. He actually came off the bench quite a bit last season and actually saved us, but he is gone now and he is on his way out of the league for better competition and possibly a better future. And we say goodbye to Lewis Robinson. He's on his way to Finn Harps for $320K. He was really never going to break into that starting 11, being 54 overall, with Hoffman at 73, and we have other players that are already 60 overall. So he's gone for $320K to Finn Harps. And we obviously now finally have new kits as well as a new stadium. Here is our kits. We went with red and black, kind of like fading stripes as our home kit, keeping the theme of red and black. And then we go ahead and switch it up with our away kit. We now have a blue wavy-ish striped kit. I'm not too sure about it, but I think it does look quite decent. And then our alternate kit is black and yellow, just kind of like staticky fading out. Looks like a bunch of like black little dots just got thrown up onto the field. So it's honestly not that bad of kits. I think this our home kit is obviously our best kit. Obviously trying to keep that red and black theme. That's our kits. We also have moved up now. I believe we moved up to Town Park in the game. It's whatever the third stadium is. Whatever went from like 4K now to 10K. That's where we're at now. And it's still Wakefield Field. Obviously still same the name. And we are bound to say goodbye to another player. Hugh Hope is joining Gillingham for 600K or 800K. We didn't really need him as a backup left back, and honestly, he wasn't even that good of a backup left back anyway, so he's gone out of the door. And we go ahead and bring in Laurent Fisher from the free market 8 Rage. He is a center mid. He is 18, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he's 18. 71 overall. He's 19, so 71 overall at 19. He's a very decent player. He will break into that starting 11 automatically already over Janssen. He's in the starting 11 over Janssen for sure. Now, honestly, I could look to be replacing Petit. I can't lie. Maybe even loaning him out. I don't know if he's that good of a player. Now we got to focus on center backs, and I'm honestly kind of banking on the fact that we might get a decent center back within the youth academy prospect. I'm just hoping for it, to be honest, at this point. And here we go. Our first scouting report from European nations and for League One. We start off with Diego Silvestri. He is not good enough. I am going to be picky in a lot of these. I mean, obviously we're at that point to where we don't need these just deadwood players to fill out the squad. We can obviously go into the transfer market now quite a bit. And we get our first scout reports back from European nations that's not really English or locally based. Domenico Esposito from Italy, 52 to 71 overall, 83 to 94 potential. I'm going to go ahead and bring him in, and that might be one off the board already. 850K. Italy's coming with some decent players. We'll bring him in. We might need a backup right back. It's looking like he is. This is looking like a midfielder, Gianluca Martinelli. Do I bring him in? No, his potential ain't that good. And then Vitor Rossi, he is not good as well. So 2 players from Italy, which is not bad at all. Germany is looking unlikely that we bring in any of these. And then France, it's looking unlikely as well. Maybe this guy, he might have a potential at 14 years old. I'm going to bring him in just to see if he is a center back. If he's not a center back, I am going to go ahead and release him. Do I have any single center backs? I do not. 14-year-old center defensive mid. At 51 overall, though, at 14 years old, he could obviously grow. Now, let me check these potentials of these other players real quick. He surely has a potential of 83 or more. Just looking at him raw. He has a potential of 88. So he will be brought. He's already one off the thing. Next up is Biachini. Obviously, Neil doesn't count for this objective. Biachini, he has a potential of 82. So he's not good enough for that. And then Hubert, I doubt he has a potential of 83 or above. And he has a potential of 87, actually. So now that's 2 out of 3. And honestly, I'm not too sure about this board objective. I can't quite lie to y'all. I might change it. But for now, it is 2 out of 3. And honestly, we have better scout reports from 3-star, 2-star already. This is fantastic. So Esposito will stay in here. Hubert, I'm not quite sure if you are a center defensive mid. Could you be a center back? Looking at your strength and defense awareness, yes, to be honest. And medium high work rates, you are easily a center back, surely. So you could be a center back. Bianici. Now, are you one where you are a right back or are you a fake? Are you a center back? You could be a center back, to be fair, as well. Let me go ahead and bring this back up. This also tells me what positions he's best at, and he is best at actually being a center back. So we will go ahead and train him to be a center back and train him up even more. And obviously Esposito is a center or goalkeeper for sure. But now we are in time for our League One debut against Derby County to kick the season off. Hoffman, Laird, Burns, McGovern, Fisher, Petit, Young, Gormley, Bertrand, Evans, and Evans getting the start. And so first look at our new stadium here as well. We upped the capacity to 10K fans. Now can we get a kickoff cheese? I'm doubting it because there's no added time at all. But maybe so. No, we will not. Halftime, 0-0. And Petit will look to find Hoffman, trying to make McGovern on a run. McGovern is in behind. Did he stay on side as the pass came? Yes. Skriniar is going to Crystal Palace. That's an insane signing. McGovern back post. Headed away. He'll play it in for Burns. Burns quickly into Hoffman. Hoffman touch. Hoffman shot. Hoffman goal. The main man kicking it off already. It's 1-0 for Wakefield. He'll find Hoffman. Rose making a run back post. Can we look to find him? It's an awful ball by Hoffman, but he gets it back, and he'll find Smith in the midfield. And Smith will look to sweat it for Rowe, and he will double the lead. And that's the first win of the season in League One. And that's Rowe scoring on his debut. Hoffman trying to get past defenders, and Hoffman for his brace. 3-0 thumping against Derby County. And Hoffman, who's probably going to be our top goal scorer again, gets his second of the season, second of the game, and that's a 3-0 win to kick the season off. But next up, it's a away game here against Barnsley. We are going to go ahead and quick sim this one, and it is a 2-0 win. Fisher and Laird score. So Fisher and Laird both score their first goal for the club. And that's our second clean sheet for Evans. We're already 2 for 2 clean sheets. We might have to up this for 15. Who knows? And Elliot Hubert from a center defensive mid to a center back. He jumps up only 2 ratings. I mean, still 14 though. He has great potential to grow, and he has a lot of time to actually do so. So we are going to actually look to strictly improve his defense awareness. That way when he gets 15, 16 years old, he can come into a team and instantly be an impact off of the bench. Sheffield Wednesday, probably one of the hardest teams that we'll actually end up facing in the league. I will play the first fixture maybe, but we quick sim this game, our third league game. It's a 1-0 loss. We suffer our first loss in the season. Now Charlton, top of the table. We will go ahead and play this game. In fact, we are going to go ahead and start Rowe in. No, we're not going to start right, but we are going to start Rowe. Hartley back into here. This team is not really fit. We are in our blue away kits here at Forest Park Stadium against Charlton Town. That's a good through ball in. Lackett Taylor's in behind already. Evans, a quick early save. Young in for Laird. He'll lay it off for Fisher. Fisher will lay it off for Parker. Quickly into Hoffman. Hoffman first time finish. Hoffman opens the scoring here. It's 1-0 for Wakefield. Hoffman on his right foot. Hoffman has an early brace. And we're taking the lead into the break at 2-0. Rowe over the top for Parker on the volley. Parker! 3-0, and Parker scores on his debut, maybe. I mean, he's been here for a while now. This might be his first actual game. But Parker on the score sheet. And Laird on his left foot. Laird on his left foot. The keeper sucks. That's another goal. That's another position down as well. Laird. It's 4-0. Jansen now. Jansen off the crossbar. Hartley rebound. 5-0. Only if that ball dropped a little bit more for Jansen. Kirk out wide now. Kirk in the box. Clean sheet gone in his debut of the season. And he won't get it. He loses the ball. And that should be game over. A 5-1 thumping. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the clean sheet. but we do get a massive win against a top side in League One. Maybe even a faker of League One. We'll see what happens towards the latter end of the season. But that's a massive result, and we will end the episode there. After 4 games, 3 wins, 1 loss, 10 goals for, only 2 against. We have 2 clean sheets in league play. We have 4 out of 11 already scoring. Our scouts are already off to a great start, especially in Italy. I will see y'all next episode for more league games and maybe even bringing in more players for free. But until then, leave a like, subscribe, and peace out.